Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot, oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, and my goodness, this time continues to fly. It is already February 8th, and we have a great show for you tonight with our dear friend, Christine Alexandria, the angel expert. And PK, how are you doing tonight?
Absolutely fabulous. I had nice warm weather today. Oh, it felt warmer than what it's been. I'm all ready for it, too. I'll tell you. I've got my swimsuit out and I'm ready to go.
Good for you. That is so great. That's wonderful.
Right
you
now,
know, I wanted to...
Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention something before you tell us all about the numbers, because we've been getting some really lovely emails and messages from our audience. And I wanted to just say thank you, because we love hearing from you. We love getting your messages. We love getting your emails. And please continue to share them. It's just so nice to hear your experience of our show and of our topics. And we're always interested to know what else you want to hear about. So are there any special events or people that you want to hear from? You know, send us a message, because we will track those people down and see if they can come on the show. So, again, thank you to everybody who's been communicating lately. It's been a lot of fun getting to know you and reading your messages and emails. And please continue. We love it. Thank you. So, PK, what's going on? We've got Valentine's Day coming up, huh?
Right now it has to do with our finances, and everybody's feeling ambitious and want assistance in making some good choices. But things are going back and forth. They're not quite sure whether they want to be charitable or if they want to fill their own pocket. But that's part of what's going on, because it's about finances. So we'll put that aside and let's talk about what's coming up, Valentine's Day. And Valentine's coming up can be a great start for two people, especially when they're, need to change attitude or timing and making things better, because we all need a little love in our life, a little of those heart candies. You want to talk about that. But it's kind of hard to start a relationship, especially if you've just ended one, because there's a lot of starts and stops this year ongoing. But that means you can't take advantage of the lessons you learned if you're not going to make some mistakes again. You got to work through it. When romance goes out or goes wrong, it means that you've just been given a clue. Make some changes, pay attention, and don't make the same mistake twice. And a nice rose and a box of chocolates could be yours. It's a thought.
I'm up for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the chocolates and the flowers. Sounds good to me.
Well, you know what the thing is? Everybody is looking for that special someone, or the special someone they have, to pay attention to them. And it will happen if we remember to pay attention back. Sometimes we get so booked down in what we're doing, we don't pay attention that what we need, they need to. Get so hard at making things harder for ourselves. Time to make a change. And this year is all about putting things in order. It's getting rid of the old to make way for the new. And if we don't do that, we're going to really be in deep doo-doo.
Yeah.
So we're on our way to making things better. If you have somebody that you're just a friend with or whatever, everybody needs something special. Give them a flower. Give them a piece of candy, for heaven's sakes. little something to say, hey, I care. Everybody needs somebody to care.
And that's true. It's a wonderful message.
Mm-hmm.
And
so
when I was a counselor, I used to tell everybody, too, it's not, unless you have really poor choices and your partner is a poor choice, unless it's like that, then it's really important to just keep looking inward to see, okay, what am I doing to create this situation or this separation between my partner and I? It is always coming from the self. So, looking out there in the world and blaming and pointing fingers is never helpful. And it's important to know that you're creating the reality. So how are you doing that? And you may not mean to. You probably don't if it's not what you want. But then there are ways to change it and correct it in a way that is that has legs, has longevity. So anyways, lots of new therapies are coming out that are available to people. The new brain mapping therapies, which are wonderful, the new trauma-releasing therapies, because as you know, if you have stored trauma, then you are going to be blocking yourself from receiving good things. So releasing trauma is key. In fact, we've been talking about having a trauma release specialist on the show because so many people have complained about manifestation. Oh, it doesn't work. I've tried this. I've tried that. Well, it won't work, and it won't stick. If you have a lot of stored trauma in certain areas, it will prevent all of that from sticking. So trauma release is important, too. It will affect your relationships. So we're going to be introducing you in the audience to a whole bunch of new therapies. I know we've talked a lot in the past and had guests on about psilocybin mushrooms, which are creating new pathways in the brain for many, many people, and it probably will be legalized or decriminalized, one or the other, this year across the board in the United States, which is about time. So many things to consider and so many things that don't cost a fortune that you can do for yourself or learn for yourself to bring better relationships all the way around. So let's see what we can create this year.
That's what it's all about.
Anyways, we need to make better creations and be responsible for creating the things we want. So tonight we have our dear friend Christine Alexandria. She's the creator of Angel Chatter. I love that name. Now, Christine is a gifted clairvoyant and award-winning author and the creator, again, of Angel Chatter. That whole line includes sacred aromatherapy, jewelry, and 2 channeled oracle decks. Now, she's also the creator of an Angel Chatter Academy, where you can choose from a selection of online courses that will enhance your life. Course offerings include her flagship course, the BU program, the Breakup with Clutter program. Oh, my God, I need that. And the Itty Bitty course of manifestation, as an example. So Christine is committed to helping you live your most magical life with the help of the angels. She offers private sessions and one-on-one private weekends. So to contact Christine directly, you can go to her website, which is angelchatter.com. And she's with us tonight. She's giving free angel readings to our audience. If you would like one, please call in at 563-999-3539. That's 563-999-3539. So, Miss Christine, welcome to the show.
Hello, you two beautiful goddesses. I am so happy to talk with you two again. It's been so long.
It's our pleasure.
It's been too long. Yes. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you. There is no time like the present. And I love listening to what you are talking about, the trauma relief. And you're right, people, we can't, and I've kind of gotten away from the word manifest because there's so much pressure on I have to manifest that, or you manifested that when something's not good. So it's like one of these do or die things. So I'm trying to retrain myself and my students and clients with what would you like to experience in your world? You're still manifesting it, but because we're changing words, because we're helping release some trauma, because people can have some trauma wrapped up about manifesting. You know, we've been drilled in that if you get ill, you've created it. If you've been hurt, you know, abused, you created it. And it's not always right.
Yeah, and really the question,
you know?
No, it isn't, because really it's a piece of information. And so the question becomes, what is the message? Not, oh, my God, I'm a terrible person because, look, I made myself sick, or I didn't create enough money this week, or whatever. There's a message that's leading you back to a point of origin.
There's a message there. And one of the biggest messages, and I'm offering the entire month of February, the Self-Love Challenge. I'm posting it everywhere. So if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, they're little videos anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. And I'll talk a little tiny bit about my life. But then I'm giving you some tips of what you could, never should, what you could do that day. And it's all spearheaded by Archangel Chamuel, Chamuel, the angel of self-love. Because like you said, oh, if you want a box of chocolates or some roses, of course, I immediately thought of Forrest Gump. But if we want all of those romantic things, but like you already said, Patricia, it starts within. And the more we can love and honor ourselves, the more we get to experience the very thing that we long for. And then the things we think we want, that's the clue. The things we think we want cease to become as important as we thought they were, because our life begins to naturally declutter of that fluffy, the brass rings and stuff, and we remember what gets us, you, excited as an individual and what you really want to do with your life. You know, I have to remind myself, Louise Hay started Hay House when she was in her 60s. It's never too late to fulfill your dreams.
That's true. That is so true.
And the more you love and honor yourself, you honor your, so I counsel a lot of my clients, my mentees. We have a thing called 15 coins. And thank you, Camuel, again for this one. Every day you start fresh with 15 coins, and every activity you do, a coin is taken away. So, you know, emptying the dishwasher, on some days it's barely, you know, an acknowledgement. But some days, emptying that dishwasher because you're so exhausted could be 5 coins. So it's understanding where your level is on a daily basis. And then knowing to say, I don't have enough coinage left to handle this. I'm not, like I got an email today late in the day from a student asking me a bunch of questions. And I said, you know what? I don't have the energy she deserves. And a response, I'll address it tomorrow. I think I'll go play with my puppy right now. And
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
There's very few things that demand our attention at that moment. And that's one of the things about honoring us better can give us. And it all comes down to loving self more. So you can then manifest that little itty bitty course of manifestation, or you can experience that magical life because you're honoring you. And that's what gets me really excited when working with the angels and Mary Magdalene, that whole divine feminine energy, to get women to remember who they are.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah, somewhere along the way we've lost our power, and so it's great that you're working with the angels and Mary to help us bring that back. But there's been so much trauma, and especially lately it seems that has escalated. So it's how do you release it quickly enough so that it doesn't continue to attract more of that and really bog you down?
That's a tricky question because, of course, we want it done yesterday, but sometimes that trauma can't be released quickly because it's so embedded, and sometimes you're not even sure or aware that the trauma is even there. You just know things aren't going according to plan at the moment.
You're right. Most people don't know it's there. They don't.
Right.
No, they really don't.
So you have to take it nice and slow. So this is where Haniel, angel of manifestation, ironically comes in. But Haniel oversees the lung area. So that's all breath work. So when I initially did my guided meditations, it was recorded, and this is how they gave it to me: inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, and holding. And lo and behold, do you know the Navy SEALs use the exact same breath pattern? Blew my mind when I learned that, because when we get stressed, our shoulders become earrings and we get headaches. And if you're in my family, there's a whole lot of face rubbing going on. And everybody pretty much becomes an idiot because you're so tired. You know, everybody's an idiot. But, you know, it comes back to you. So when you can calm your mind from using your breath more consciously, all those little things can get like put into their slots, and you can go, okay, I can handle this now. So, and that's when that trauma can start cropping up. So, you know, years and years ago, you know, we can talk about colonoscopies for a couple seconds. I had one over 40 years ago, and it was a very traumatic experience for me. And I hadn't had one for 40 years, and I now realize I had PTSD from that first one.
Wow.
I just had my second one a couple of months ago, and the entire staff knew because I was about to burst out into tears, and they went, oh. And I'm like, it's okay, I'm breathing. And they go, it's okay, we understand what happens now. We don't like what happened to you. That's not how it's done anymore. We are going to walk you through this with kid gloves, and you are so protected right now. And went, okay. And I just kept breathing through it all, and it was fine. But I don't want to go again next week, not necessarily. But by the time I realized that this was indeed a deep-seated trauma, I had to do a lot of thinking and a little bit of rehashing of what happened and why it bothered me so much. And what got me through it was my breath.
Yeah.
Important.
You know,
that's
very
wonderful.
Important. So important. And there's magic in that pause, because when we breathe, we hyperventilate. But when we can inhale and then exhale, and you take that pause, that's the magic spot. That's when we can relax. That's when you can hang out on that bathing suit, Patricia, and just go, hey, bring it on, baby, and just chill out.
I'll even pretend I look good.
I'm sure you look fabulous, darling.
Well,
you look fabulous.
Let's go ahead and take a call. We've a bunch of people waiting to talk to you. And so let's bring this lady or this man on the air. I'm not sure who they are, but it's area code 515. So let me get them on with us. Hi, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you tonight, darling?
Would you like it?
Yes, I would. Yes. Hi,
just going to ask about, do you want a reading?
Hi, Deborah. Bring it on.
Hi
honey.
there.
Hi. What can I help you with tonight?
Okay. I had this question where I was getting something's going on. And so I was checking around in the house or whatever and didn't notice anything. And this was like at nighttime. It was dark, like 7 at night. And it kept coming again, that something's happening. Pay attention. And I was just wondering if there's a way I can know that, because I found out what was happening the next day. My husband said that we had a fire in our barn, and it burnt. Yeah, and it burnt this big bag, and then it went out, and I just like, oh my gosh, you know, that's what it just did, and everything else was okay. But I knew something was, but I didn't know what it was.
Well, first of all, I'm glad nobody was hurt in the fire. So thank you, Michael. So there's your first clue. When you get those hints, something's going on, talk with Archangel Michael first. He's the angel of protection. And so that way you can settle down, know everything's protected, and then you can ask, you can ask your guardian angel or ask Big Mike, as I call Michael, what do I need to know? What could I do? And the key always, Deborah, is to not to overthink, but allow them to guide you. So why in your wildest dreams would you have thought to go look at the barn unless you were able to quiet your mind and they could have said, go check the barn? Because that's not a normal thing. So when we get those messages, something's happening, and you're going, well, what? Just calm down. So as an example, years and years ago, there was that tsunami in, I forget what country, and I'm sorry. And our daughter at the time was a teenager, and her floor was her closet. And she comes in, she gets us a kiss goodnight, and she goes to her bedroom, and she says, my room stinks. Okay, and I'm looking at like, where's your dirty clothes? And she goes, they're in the hamper, Mom. Like, she's looking at me like I'm stupid. And I said, where's your flat iron? And I got the eye roll, and she said, it's in the bathroom. Because it smelled like plastic bags were burning. My husband goes into immediate panic mode, and he's running up to the attic, and there's nothing burning, and he's running around the house trying to find the fire. He eventually leaves the house and goes outside, convinced that there is a fire. It was calm. I said, Michael, what's going on? And because our daughter's an empath, and he said, we have people in the house that died in the tsunami. Okay, cool. I was not expecting that. Can you and Azriel take them home? He said, yes. I said, thank you very much. By the time my husband got back in her room, less than 7 minutes, he said, the smell is gone. I said, I know. And he looked at me and he went, what? I said, Michael and Azriel were here and they took the people home. And he looked at me and he went, Michael. I said, yes. He says, as in Archangel Michael. I said, yes. He goes, I'm going to bed. But he wouldn't have gotten an answer when we were frenetically running around trying to figure it out. It took that moment when it was quiet to find the answer and quickly resolved. So the next time, hopefully never, this happens for you, Deborah, something's happening, take that breath. Okay, Michael, what's going on? What do I need to know right now?
Gotcha.
And you'll be steered correctly.
All righty.
Okay.
All right. That's good to know because I was like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's very scary. But when you think about those other times that you got very upset, nothing was really resolved except you getting more upset. So when you can calm down, the solutions can quickly click in. And why not call on the gang, as I call the angels, and say, okay, guys, what's going on here?
I think makes good sense.
Okay.
And
so I can
get an answer. Yeah, you'll get an answer you're not expecting. So work with it and see what happens.
Okay. So I can call the guys or just Archangel Michael or all of them?
Yeah. Yeah. I always introduce people to Michael first because he's the angel of protection. And the more you get deeply into your spiritual path and stuff, it's just really lovely to know you've got that protection around you, courtesy of Michael. That way you feel more confident of those intuitive hits you get are real and not you making stuff up or the other energies that are just trying to feed you a bunch of nonsense. So the more you can work and become acquainted with Michael and his energy, the better, the better it is. And if you want to know more about him, I got a book for you. It's Angel Chatter, Heavenly Guidance and Earthly Practices. And Michael's the first chapter.
Okay. I have it.
Oh, good. Go back.
Yeah, I have it. So, yes. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Boy, this really helped.
You're so
What'd
welcome.
you say?
Well, thank you for your call, Deborah.
Oh, yes. And I'm so glad beyond this to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much. To hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much.
Oh, so glad you're here.
Great.
And blessings.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Blessings to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bye-bye,
we have
Christine.
another caller. Let's see. We just want to move along so that we can get to everybody. We have somebody in area code 914. Let's get them on with you, Christine. Hi. You're live on the air. What's your name?
Hi, thank you for taking my call. My name is Catherine. I'm calling from New York.
Hi, Catherine. Well, you must want an angel reading, so I'll let you take it away, Christine.
Hi, Catherine. How may I help you tonight?
I have a question, but I also just want to confirm for you when you were speaking to the other lady and you said Michael, I found a feather. So I just had to let you know I feel that was
You gotta love these guys. I mean, and feathers. Thank you for sharing that, Catherine. Feathers are just the classic sign that they're going. See, we told you.
Yes. My question
what question may I help you with tonight?
Thank you. So I'm a writer. I was wondering if you think I should sell my work this year, if that will happen for me, or if I should be more involved with the project, not just sell it and let it go. What is your project? What is your project about? I write screenplays, so I'm wondering if I should direct. Yeah, if I should direct too, or if I should just try to sell them.
I'm asking, so bear with me for a second. So first off, Metatron, who oversees your soul star chakra, but he also helps you with the writing. He helps you with your soul's path. He's really coming in first and foremost, and he's saying, well, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here, but it's essentially kudos to you for following your soul's path and sticking to what you know best, which is writing. There's one I see that you're selling outright and it's going to be gobbled up, but do not, this is why it's a two-part answer to your question. There's a bit of a confidence that is lacking, that you have, quote, the chops to direct and take it forward. So selling one, no more than 2 screenplays outright will give you that confidence to then take the next step and take your writing bigger, where you get much more involved in it, because your writing, your vision can be diluted when another's perspective gets too involved. And that, and you'll know you're ready to direct when what you see happen annoys you. That this is not how it was supposed to be. But they took, and it turns out lovely, but the message got lost, is what he's saying. So you'll know that it's time to push more, to be more involved when you feel that that's not what was supposed to happen right there. And that'll be time for you to say, okay, I'm ready to take the next step and start directing and pulling together the people that I know that can take this project forward and have it excel.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
100%.
Yeah. Wow. And for everybody that's listening, one thing that we all neglected, you can find me on Facebook and come join our closed group called Angel Chatter. We keep it closed because we keep it sacred, and that way we can all kind of hang out a bit more.
Oh, amazing.
Good point.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow.
You're so welcome, Catherine. Yeah, keep in touch. I want to hear how your writing projects go. This is very exciting for you.
Thank you. I will. Thank you. I appreciate Angel Chatter on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you both so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Well, have a great Have a great night, Catherine, and thank you for calling.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, we have a whole bunch of people to get to tonight. I don't mean to cut anybody off. Let's see. We've got area code 845. Hi, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Maria. I call it from New York.
Hi, Maria. How can I help you tonight?
Yes.
Very well, thank you.
I want to go in Italy this year. Are you see me going to buy the house where I used to born in my town so I can afford it to buy?
You want to go, I'm going to, the connection broke up. You want to go to Italy, but you want to sell the house so you can go? Did I understand that right?
I want to buy the house where I used to born in Italy.
Her birth house.
You want to buy
her birth house.
Oh, that, when you do that, so that says yes. I'm not getting that it's immediate this year. I don't like to do timelines, Maria, because the minute our conversation stops, everything starts changing. But as it is right now, towards the end of this year, that experience is going to be fulfilled. And I just got big chills again. So what you can do to help that is talk to Haniel, Haniel, and you have the first assignment of the evening. You're going to write in a journal that I call the Future Present Journal. You're going to write as if you already own the house, but it's about your future. But you're going to talk about being in your house, what it feels like, what it looks like outside that kitchen window. I mean, everything you can remember about that house, and visually and energetically feel yourself there so you can speed up the process.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And good luck.
Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Thank you. Can I ask you something else or no?
That's up to Patricia. Patricia,
yes,
can
go
she
ahead.
ask one
you
more?
have another question? Yes.
Okay, Maria. Give you another one, baby.
Avete scelimento about my husband Persuade Insurance. You think I'm going to get it soon? There's a couple of months coming in.
I'm getting very, very gray and very vague. There's a lot of energy that's not super positive wrapped up in that. So do the same thing, your future present journal, and visualize it happening. I'm getting anger, angst, anxiety. There's something wrapped up with an A around this thing. That's slowing up the whole process. So just remember, if you were listening earlier, remember your breath work, go into your breathing and write it out so it can happen for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for your call. Good luck.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you.
Sweet.
Wonderful question
Christine, I've
tonight.
got a question for you. Christine, can I ask a question?
No, sorry, you're not allowed. Of course you can.
Okay. I wanted to let you know that I care. No, seriously. My mother left me her diamond earrings, and she's been gone now for about 8 or 9 years. I put them someplace, and I have never been able to find them, and I don't even know what guide to go to try to get me in direction. They're somewhere in the house or in one of my purses, but I can't find it. I've gone through it numerous times.
Yeah. The angel you want to talk to is Camuel, the angel of the month, Chamuel. They keep showing me my jewelry travel bags where you took them somewhere and they kind of got nestled down in the corner of the bag. And they are, as lovely as they are, diamond earrings aren't these big, huge, dangly things. They can hide. They can hide really well.
These are just a stud, so they're easier to hide.
Exactly. So they're nestled I keep seeing them in the corner of they're showing me my bag. So if you have like a bag you use when you travel that you would carry your jewelry in, how long ago?
And I've been through some of that so many times. It's been at least 7 years now since I've lost them. And I keep going through everything, and all of a sudden somebody will come to me, and I'll pull it out and I'll dig into it. I can't figure out.
You're on the right path with the bag. Go through your makeup bag, your travel. I keep going I keep saying travel. If you've changed wallets, I mean, go through everything. It's not something you would have taken off at a function. So you took them with you, took them out, put them away. They were safe, but then they didn't get unpacked. They didn't get unpacked. But it's in a place that you're not going to. It'll make sense when you get them. Like, oh yeah. But it doesn't make sense now where they are. So like they're not in your kitchen drawers or things like that. They're in some sort of luggage thing.
I've been through so many things so many times, and I keep thinking, okay, if little elves run off with them and they'll bring them back someday. I just don't know.
Yeah. When you find them, let me know.
Yeah, I will.
You know what?
And you
Ask your mom. Ask your mom.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, ask your mom. And I throw that out because I had a piece of jewelry that was fairly new to me, and I couldn't find it, and it happened right before the lockdown. And I was frantic because I loved this piece. And it was months, and I'm like, I haven't gone anywhere because I'm in lockdown. Where the heck are we? And my brother-in-law had died during lockdown. And I came across my husband misplaced something, and it was something that was kind of connected to his brother. And sure enough, I found it. I said, hey, thanks, Richard. And he says, yeah, I told you already, I would always take care of you. And he says, by the way, look under your dresser. And lo and behold, there's my piece of jewelry.
I'll be done.
Even though I had looked under that dresser with the flashlight several times, it was never there.
That's the part when you look through things so thoroughly, or you think you have, and that's all you've had, you swear to God it's got to be in there. It's like somebody ran off with them.
Yeah, and you swear to God that the brownies took them, but talk to your mom. Yeah, talk to Camuel. If they're really shiny, the fairies took off with them. But they're most definitely in your house. So
good.
Wallet. I just keep getting a bag.
Okay, I will go back to my bags again. You said that's Camuel.
Yeah. Okay.
C-A-M-U-E-L.
Yeah. Yes, Camuel. C-H-A-M-U-E-L. And talk to your mom. Mom knows best.
He always has. Remember, he told me that numerous times.
Yeah. Well, we're going to want a progress report on that one, PK.
Yeah,
exactly. You'll get one for sure. I'm going to start digging in the morning.
Okay. All right, we've got another caller. I think I know who this one is. Area code 276. Hi, welcome to the show. What's your name?
Well, the name is Robert, and I thank you so much for taking my call.
Hi, Robert. Okay.
Bob.
Apparently you're a fan favorite here, Robert.
We love him.
Hopefully.
We do.
Mm-hmm. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I'm in kind of a romantic relationship with a woman that's younger than me, and I don't know if I should pursue it further or not, so I need some help.
Okay, well, first of all, there are no shoulds in my world, because if you should do it but don't want to do it, you get mad. And if you should do it but don't want to do it but don't do it, then you feel guilty. So right? So shoulds a no-win word. So what could you do? How long have you been dating?
Now, it's only a short thing, like maybe a couple weeks, and I really like this lady a lot.
Then why? Then all right. Then I'm going to call it like it is, Robert. Why are we having this conversation? If you really like her, go for it.
Well, the age thing bothers me.
The age thing? How much?
Oh, it's about 20 some odd years. About
I know
25.
some amazing couples. I know some amazing couples that are 25 years or older.
Well, you make me feel good.
But I'm just telling you the truth. You know,
well,
Robert, if she's into you, and if you are treating her like the goddess that she is, she knows she's got something, right? Then she knows she's got it good. So
all right.
How much time have you spent face to face?
None yet. It's all been communication.
Okay. Then it's time to have a personal interaction, because you have to, part of love, and we haven't gotten to that stage yet, but part of getting and being in love, and we're going to be married 38 years this year. There are still parts of me that I let to come. Thank you. There are still parts of me that my husband really hasn't seen yet. Like when I get really vulnerable. But being in love and being in a serious relationship is being vulnerable. That doesn't mean you tell everybody or your potential one or your one everything in one sitting. But it is about sharing.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks in, you have a serious conversation. You make plans to meet face to face.
That's exactly what we've been doing. We've had hours and hours and hours of conversation.
Verbal conversation?
No, it's digital, unfortunately.
No, it needs to be verbal now.
Is she close by, Robert?
Pardon?
Bob, does she live close by?
No, that's the problem.
Where does she live? Oh, how far?
Iowa.
No, I don't need to know that. There's a wonderful thing that's called Zoom. You know, you can have a face-to-face via Zoom. You can have a face-to-face via FaceTime. It's time to have the face-to-face conversation.
I love that you said that, because I just recently invited her to come up here.
Wonderful. So
well, I thank you so much.
Face-to-face conversation. Yeah, you know, and don't overwhelm. Just be you. Us women can get wigged out when guys give us too much stuff, too much attention at one time. Just be yourself, and you see where it goes.
And I like the Zoom idea. You know, the Zoom idea is a good preface to meeting in person. Yeah, I love that, Christine.
Yeah, thank you. You can do Zoom. You can do, I mean, there's so many different options because thanks to technology, we can see face-to-face even if you can't be in person. So time to meet.
I think that's a great idea.
At least, face-to-face, at least via a screen. And probably if you're going to fly her out or she's going to fly out to meet you, that's probably your first best option before you put the pressure on the true face-to-face.
Okay, well, I thank you so much for taking my call, and you have perked me up a bit, I got to say that, so thank you again.
You're very welcome, Robert. Good luck in romance.
Thank you. Good night now.
Good night.
Okay, thanks for your call. Okay. Let's see. We have another caller. This is area code 786. Let's get them on the line. Hi, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Joni.
Hi. Okay, Christine, go ahead.
Hi. How can I help you tonight?
Hi. Oh my God. I didn't know this is how this worked. Because I was listening through the web page or something, and then when I called the number, it put the show back on. Oh, that's so fun! Oh, you guys are having so much fun. I'm just so enjoying this show.
Thank you. How may I help you tonight, Goddess?
Well, I don't really know if I need any help, but yeah, you know, we can always use help. I moved from Florida to New Mexico. Actually, when my dog died, I bought a little tiny house out here, and I'm just in the process of moving back to Florida, where my son is. My son is in Florida, and I'm a retired physician assistant, and I really am. I don't know about retirement. I don't know. I'm 69. I'm getting older. It's just really interesting to see. I mean, certainly my meditation practice has really improved, and I've added a big blessing practice to bless people, which is just so fun. But, I wonder what to do next.
So, my darling, you are a very young 69. You are not an old 69.
Yes, I am. No, I am not.
And meditating and a puppy needs to be in your life. This will give you that spontaneity that you're looking for, but not until you move. But I also see you doing some volunteer work once you land, because you love to be of service and to help people. So I can see you doing some volunteer work at different shelters. I mean, I live in Williamsburg, Virginia, and we have a shelter here that helps the women coming out of sex trafficking. And so there are so many different ways you can be of service. So that's going to be and if you wanted to find a part-time paying gig, you certainly could, but I'm seeing more for you in the land of volunteer work. So you can still have that flexibility of time, playing with your puppy, going and doing the things that whatever it is that you want to do once you re-land and resettle into your beautiful new home. So that will be your next. So before you move and as you're moving, just recall the things that bring you joy. I mean, do you want to work at a shelter that has abused women? Do you want to work in an animal shelter? Do you want to help with the wounded warriors? Because it's going to tie back in some fashion to your physical assistance career. Because you have that vast knowledge. It can still be applied in other places. So think about, how these gifts that you have, how can I continue to use them perhaps in a way that I haven't before? And as you're packing and preparing and, closing up and reopening, just one of the things I love to do is before I go for a walk and I've got something really heavy on my mind or I can't figure it out because I'm overthinking, I will present the question as I'm walking out the door, and I ask for answers as I'm walking. So years ago when I was writing Angel Chatter, Heavenly Guidance, Sandalphon came in and says, we're going to talk about the Kabbalah. And I laughed at him. And because I can barely spell Kabbalah, let alone talk about it. And and this was it's actually not in the book. It's part of the BU program. This is one of his specialties. And I said, all right, dude, if you want this in this program, you have to explain it to me. And don't you know he did? Don't ask me about it now. I wrote it down and I put it in the program, and I remember very little, but I got it down and it makes sense. So
awesome.
So you ask the question, and then the key is to let it go and allow the ideas and the inspiration and that magic to come in.
Yeah, I'm forgetting to do that. I'm so involved in my parents' papers, and I'm trying to sort through and send to different archives in the country, and it's very
and I can I see you on that, Goddess. It can be very easy to get caught up in that to do, and the inertia can get so overwhelming. We forget to be. And that's why continuing your meditation practice is so important. That's why actually having another dog is going to be important, because it's going to make you, because they have to go outside. They have to go, and it's going to get you out of that gerbil wheel so you can remember what living is about. And that comes into play with Sandalphon, of getting outside, thinking outside the box, literally getting outside. You're getting into your next act, talking with Haniel, creating that heaven on earth existence. that you are so gearing up to have right now.
Excellent.
So see, you did have a question.
Well, it's always good to hear a point of view of someone else, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. You women are lovely. It's very much, I'm really enjoying this show. Now, I just stay on here and I'll keep hearing it. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Or do I get disconnected?
You can stay on and just listen to it through the phone.
Yeah,
yeah.
Good.
And
right,
thank you so much for your call.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks.
What fun, huh? Love it.
Yeah.
Christine, it's so delightful.
Yes.
You are so delightful to work with everybody with such love and compassion. It's great having you here. So we have a few minutes left, and I wanted to ask you, what other advice do you have for people in this year of healing in terms of who they should contact and how? I know you've got some great books out about it, and again, people can go to your website to get them, angelchatter.com. They can join your groups. Again, the name is Angel Chatter, everybody. But knowing what's coming, because I know you have a really good, like Kay does, a real strong sense of how this year is going to unfold. Are there any particular angels that stand out that people can call upon for help?
Well, first of all, Michael, I've kind of been harping on him a lot, and it's so important because can we all kind of agree the last few years have been a little tumultuous? People are being nice, and people have been stretched thin. And, and what was totally unacceptable a few years ago apparently is now acceptable because people have gotten worn down. This is not to lose hope, right? So Michael is more important than ever to get familiar with his energy. And if you're brand new to Michael, you are in for such a treat. He's a jokester. He's not going to pull jokes on you, but he will, make you laugh because that's the way he'll get your attention. He is the best big brother you'll ever have in your entire life, but he will always protect you. So he's number one. And if you get that warning, he's not going to make you no angel will ever make you feel bad. You'll get warnings, don't go down that dark alley. So listen. But he will always be with you. And the two key angels that are really coming out for this year will be Camuel. So I'm doing for the entire month, like I mentioned earlier, the Self-Love Challenge, spearheaded by Camuel, the angel of self-love, because the more we desire, the more we realize like maybe we're missing out on something, it has to come back to us to love ourselves more. So I'm doing a 2 to 5 minute video every day, sharing a bit about my life, giving you tidbits, a tool, a piece of homework to do. But it's short, it's sweet. I'm not going to give you anything heavy because I get to see you you get to see me the next day. So Camuel, it's self-love because 2023 is the year of healing as dubbed by the gang. And they told me that back in October, November last year. And you can feel that shift. So if it's healing, of course, Raphael is present. And this isn't just about healing, your migraines or your or cancer, but it can be. But it's also healing that emotional trauma, that mental trauma, that spiritual trauma. And there's those layers. So if we think about medically an ulcer, what causes an ulcer is stress. See the stress, we live it, but it eventually manifests in that physical form as an ulcer if it's left unchecked. So that's why it's very important to check all 4 of those layers. So this first quarter, so from January to the end of March, is going to be a lot of, they're calling it fluffing up. So things are going to get fluffed up that are ready to be recognized by you, that are ready to be healed. Now, you may need a doctor's guidance, a mentor like me, as I smile sweetly, one of you two guiding them through, it's always good to have a mentor, a trusted somebody in your life to help you navigate, because you don't have to do it alone. I mean, everybody is such a warrior, but can we just stop trying to do everything on ourselves? It's okay to ask for the support and receive it. Because when we do that, we get to relax into that healing energy more. And then between April, May, June, the fluffing's going to continue. It won't be as much in your face, but it's going to continue. And that, once we get used to that pattern, that rhythm for each of us as individuals, it's going to continue the rest of our lives, because we all have stuff. So that stuff's going to continue to come up. But as we recognize it, we'll stop fighting it as much and going, okay, I bit off more than I can chew. I need to release it. We're going to allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to get rid of a bunch of more stuff, whether it's a relationship that's toxic in some way, to literal physical clutter, to everything in between. So we then make room for what we really want to have in our life. And that's that magic, that releasing of that clutter brings in the magic of what we really want. And what they're showing me now, that second half of the year, is going to be much easier. But of course, there's a caveat that says it's only going to happen if you are acknowledging and doing some of the work. You can't just sit back there and check your belly button for lint and twiddle your thumbs and expect a nice shift happening the end of June when you've done nothing to help facilitate. I'm right, but you're going to remember that now. So as long as you are being proactive in it and going, okay. So as an example, this past weekend, I was with a family member who just underwent a very, very big surgery. And it wasn't life-threatening, but it was still a very, very big surgery. And I spent a week with them. I was driving home yesterday, and I said, I really, really need a massage. And one of the therapists I love in town, she does a lot of meridian work, but she's typically booked 2 or 3 weeks out, even if you're a returning client. And I said, I would really like to see her. So I get home, and I'm laying on the couch in a complete stupor, and I'm checking her website, and she has an opening tomorrow, which is today. And I went, it can't be that easy, right? So this is how we can think. It can't be that easy. I'm not going to take the appointment now because it's too easy. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? But this is what I was thinking last night.
It does sound ridiculous.
But with stuff we all tell ourselves, it's so easy, it's not meant to be. So it's even like you can play when you play Wordle, you get it on the second try. That's too easy. So we play these little stupid games with ourselves all the time. So I said, okay, if this is still open tomorrow morning, and I'll take it. I not only took it, I got there, I signed up, I committed to an hour and a half. I'm on the table, and I told her, I said, I could really use 2 hours. If you have the time, I'm giving you permission. She said, okay, let's see how things go. About an hour and 25 minutes in, she goes, lady, you're going for 2. So I was on the table for 2 hours. And one of the things that was holding me, it was fabulous. And one of the things that held me back is like, oh my gosh, she does really deep work. I'm not going to be able to be present for the Patricias tonight for the radio show. And I go, now I'm making excuses. So I made the appointment. I said, okay, I have the appointment early. I'll take Zeke, which is our dog, for a walk. I'll get energized. I'll get to see my husband. We'll have a nice little dinner. And then I get to chat with everybody from around the country. It's going to be a dynamite day. And you know what? It has been. Oh. I took 2 hours out of my day, and I took care of myself. I went for an hour and a half walk with our dog and a friend, had a light dinner. I get to chat with you all and some lovely, lovely people around the country. And it's been a lovely, magical day. Even though I argued with myself about 24 hours ago because it was too easy.
Right. Well, you know what, Christine, you remind me of a guest we had a few weeks ago who said, I'm going to paraphrase him, but he said, it all depends on how magical you will allow your life to be.
Exactly. How much are you willing yourself to be bamboozled into the very thing you want to get into? Because you've tried everything you are aware of, hopefully. So if it hasn't happened yet, you're not aware of everything that could get you where you desire. So now it's time to let go of the reins and allow some outside assistance in from the gang, from your massage therapist, from some really cool goddesses in Massachusetts and, the Southwest and Arizona. So it's just allowing the people come in to help you.
Our game.
Yes.
Definitely. As well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you have to have a good team. That's for sure.
You
well,
do.
Again, this is, that's the name of the game. So, Christine, thank you so much. And again, I want to just tell everybody, you can reach Christine at angelchatter.com. You can also join her Facebook page with the same name, and she has some great books that you can get, and you've got some wonderful products that are on your webpage. Beautiful things that are all magical.
Yeah.
So, again, you
magical.
can contact Christine.
Yeah, we just redesigned and repackaged our candles recently, and they're even better than before. And I'm working on another book, so I'm not sure when that will be coming out, but it will be finished this year. Whether it comes out this year remains to be seen. But it will be finished this year, and I'm very, very excited about that. So, and the courses will continue to grow, and we're very, very excited about the courses because, I love helping people. I love empowering. I don't want to give you just the food. I want to give you tools so you can live that life you want to live because you deserve to. Everybody really deserves to live how they desire.
It's a great plan, and you have the tools to teach people and to help them to get to that space within themselves, so it all comes much more easily.
Thank you.
And we all need that. It's got to be easier than what it's been. We're all ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thanks again, Christine. This has been wonderful.
You so much.
And you're so welcome. Thank you. And we will be back next week, everybody, with another great show. We've got more wonderful guests coming in. We've got Jeff Harmon talking about astrology and what we can expect from that perspective. We've got Paul Blake Smith coming in with his new book, The Nixon Gleason Alien Encounter, and much more, of course. But until then, we will see you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with Supernatural.